Hello world, hello world. How you guys doing? Welcome to day 4 as we talk about an amazing topic that I had to have. I had some struggle with about this particular topic, and it is letting go of full control. So before we get started into this topic, guys, of course, reading you guys just a small summary about this topic. The best small business tip that I have to give to all of my entrepreneurs is let go, right? More specifically, let go of control over things you're not good at. 100%. Listen, uh, so for me, and I get it, we all have to wear hats, right? At the very beginning. But when I tell you that there are things that is just not my level of expertise, I'm not good at. Flyer design, graphic design is not my thing. And I had to bite that bullet and say, hey, I need to have an on-staff graphic designer that can create my flyers, create my brand, things of that nature, right? So I'm glad that I was able to delegate and learn how to let go and let somebody else be creative for me in that space, because that's what they do best, right? So that's very, very important that you do that. So without further ado, let's dive right into the presentation of letting go of full control. So it is essential for business owners to learn how to let go of full control within their business. This can be a difficult task for many, as it was for me, as they have likely put a lot of time and effort into building their business from the ground up. However, it is important to remember that no one can do everything themselves. At that, delegating tasks to others can be extremely beneficial. Trust me when I say, guys, the art of delegation, somebody, when you deal with individuals who have mastered that, that's one of the reasons why they're so successful, right? Had I mastered that at a lot earlier in my career, I would have gotten there, right? So there are a few key reasons why it is important to let go of full control within your business. The first one is it allows you to focus on the most important task, right? As a business owner, you're likely to have a lot on your plate. Trying to do everything yourself can be overwhelming and can lead you to feeling burnout, right? By delegating tasks to others, you can focus on the most important task and leave the rest to be handled by someone else, right? I definitely want to give a shout out to Jessica Pitts, who has, she's my assistant. She has done some amazing things just behind the scenes. So I appreciate her giving you guys an example. She's the one who creates all of my beautiful slides, right? So again, delegating that to somebody who can just get it done, it allows me to do what I do best, be behind this camera and present to you guys. Definitely want to give a shout out to Jonathan McFarland, who is an employee of one of my other companies, but just the delegation piece of it, right? And allowing him to just do what he does best, and yep, everybody is not perfect. He messes up, she messes up, everybody messes up, I mess up. Nobody is perfect, right? The key is we get in, we make the adjustments so we don't continuously make the same mistakes, right? Number 2, it allows you to take a step back. In order to grow your business, you need to be able to take a step back and assess the situation. This can be difficult to do if you are constantly bogged down with work. So by delegating tasks, you can take a step back and gain some much needed perspective. One of the things that I had to learn in delegating is that, I have found myself in certain days where it's like, man, like, what do I do? Like, right, I have nothing to do, right? Especially when you have such of an organized lifestyle, to where for me, I don't take calls on Tuesday through Friday. I only take calls on Monday, right? So that means Tuesday through Friday, if I'm not, taking those phone calls, sometimes I'll find myself twiddling my thumbs because everything is already systemized, it's organized, and it's like I really have, things to do. And then when I find myself just looking at emails, I don't feel as productive. So it will take some time to get used to, but trust me, it's peaceful. Tip 3, it allows you to build a strong team. So one of the most important aspects of any business is the team that you have in place. So if you are constantly doing everything yourself, you will never be able to build a strong team. Delegating tasks will allow you to build a team of individuals who are responsible for a specific area of the business. One of the things that I'm doing now is a seat at the table. And what that is and what it means is that it's giving individuals the opportunity to come into my world and help build on what I'm building on, but allow them to be a part of it, right? And at the same time, it's almost like in retrospect, I'm actually making sure that whatever business they have, they're getting all the tools and all the resources so they can be great at their business, right? So it's a great trade-off. Tip 4, it allows you to focus on the future. When you're constantly bogged down with work, it can be difficult to focus on the future. However, it is important to remember that the future is what will ultimately determine the success of your business. So by delegating tasks, you can free up some time to focus on the future and make sure that your business is on the right track. Here's a tip that I'll give you in regards to this, and a tip on top of a tip, right? You want to make sure that you're self-assessing your business. If you haven't gotten to that point, we self-assess weekly. I self-assess my companies weekly. Some may do it monthly, some may do it quarterly, some may do it yearly. The key is don't wait too long to self-assess your company, because adjustments may need to be made immediately. And if you wait too long, then now you have to play catch up with learning what those adjustments are. Okay. Tip 5, last but not least, it allows you to enjoy life. I know you guys probably seen me previously on a cruise. And granted, it was play and work because it was a marriage cruise, right? And a singles cruise that me and my wife host. However, it allowed us being, delegating and putting things in order and making sure the right people in place allows me to do these things in my life. So it's very, very important that you guys just let go of that control. So one of the most important things to remember is that your business should not consume your entire life. It is important to delegate tasks so that you can enjoy your life outside of work. So there are a few things to keep in mind when delegating tasks to others. The first one is make sure that you delegate tasks to individuals who are qualified. So one of the things that I do, and this is where you guys will need to probably schedule something in the comment section on the scheduling link, is you want to make sure that the people that you're bringing on board, that their personality matches, right, that description, and their love language matches their description. These are vital, right, whether you want to believe it or not. Why? Because it allows you, as the person that's trying to place this individual in your organization, you're able to place them in the right place and space, right? So one of the things that I do is I help people develop the right individuals to bring into their companies and be able to flourish and thrive within their businesses. The second tip is make sure that you delegate tasks to individuals who you trust. Okay. If you are going to delegate something to somebody in a certain area, and it's not really, personal information that has to be given to them, things of that nature, then, by all means, leave them there. But if it is, one of those things where, it may be some personal information like login credentials to certain things that you just don't want to give access to people to, make sure that you delegate tasks to individuals who you trust. Okay. It is very, very important. Tip 3, make sure that you delegate tasks to individuals who you know will get the job done, right? Now, I know that kind of seems the same as qualified, but you can be qualified and not execute, okay? So you want to make sure you got somebody who has the 3 Ds: drive, dedication, and determination to doing what? Getting the job done. You can't deal with people who always have excuses. Oh, you know what? my head was hurting today, so I wasn't able to do. You can't deal with those individuals to be like, oh my goodness, it was too hot outside, so I didn't want to start this at this time. I wanted to start at that time. You just can't. People who start to make excuses are 9 times out of 10 not the right individuals for that job, right? So you got to make sure that you're selecting the individuals who that will get the job done. Tip 4, make sure that you delegate the task to individuals who will become accountable. What does that mean? That when a mistake happens, they automatically listen, I take full responsibility. I apologize. I'm going to make sure that I do blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that to make sure that this never happens again. Somebody who's going to always show up to trainings, to somebody who's always going to be ready and available, right? Somebody who has no problem with doing things, right? Those are the kind of people you want to have in your circle. And then, of course, tip 5, make sure that you delegate tasks to individuals who will be reliable, right? So look, you can have somebody that can be accountable and not reliable, and you can have somebody who's reliable and not accountable, right? So these factors, what I like to call them attributes. These attributes are extremely important when you're trying to build your team in your organization that can help take you to the next level. Listen, when delegating tasks, it is important to remember that you are still ultimately responsible for the success or failure of your business. However, by delegating tasks, you can take some of the pressure off of yourself and focus on the most important aspect of your business, which is scaling and growing to get your business to that next level. Listen, I hope that this information was helpful to you guys. I hope that you guys are going to be able to take this and instill it into your brand, into your company, and most importantly, into your lives, right? You guys already know my quote. Coming together is the beginning, sticking together is progress, but working together is success. My name is Dr. Casual Pitts, and I'll see you guys on day 5 for Mayhem in May. Peace.